Guyaba, where a lot of the Garifuna spirituality takes place. You'll also be visiting the museum, the Garifuna Museum, where you can learn and see the different artifacts that our people used to use and in some cases are still using. And also added to your tour will be that of the Luba Ereba, to look at promoting sustainability in our community through cassava production. And up to today, from the time that Barranco was a Garifuna settlement for fishing, up to today, we are still doing fishing. And amongst us, we still have Mr. Egbert Valencio, who is still a fisherman doing his fishing, doing his thing. And we have here the chair, Mr. Leslie Colon, also a fisherman in our community. All right, so we welcome you once again to Barranco. And if you have any questions to ask, if it is in our capacity to answer, I will put it that way, we will answer. Because we're the younger generation.
Wow, Robin.
Yes.
I just needed to say that I want to introduce Senator Roselle. She's the first senator, well, not the first, the only senator, right?
Currently, yes.
The only Garifuna senator within government, so we want to give her a round of applause. Thank you, Senator. I know the chairman has some pressing duties, so whenever we need to go to the site of Andy Palacio, we can do that at your leadership. I want to thank you, Barranco, for welcoming us. We had 2 days of deliberations, and we could not complete the deliberation without coming to Barranco. I just wanted to note that we have some international guests. We're not going to all of them right now, but we have people from Jamaica, via Miami. We have the representative from the Caribbean Development Bank, Mr. Richardo. We have Jeff and Dawn, who are archaeologists, who would like to go with us to Balisao. We're going to have a pilgrimage to Urume in March, and we are saddened to say that many of our ancestors' remains are exposed on the island of Balisao. And so one of the beauty of our 2 days together has been identifying sacred places of the Garifuna and taking the responsibility to honor our people and the places from whence our people run. I am a Barranco girl too. My grandmother, who said yes? My grandmother, Santiago, right, was here, and I often go to the place that she has left, right? And this place that we are in, Dr. Nicholas and I are first cousins, and he has the vision. The first time I came here, I was 11 years young, and my aunt used to make it her business to teach me everything about Barranco. Not only Barranco, but the Sarstoon. The chairman, I love your vision of considering the national park from the Temas and the Sarstoon. And Barranco has always been a welcoming. I used to go to cow pen, coach, and harpoon fish with my grandfather, who would wake us up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do that. So we need to have people come to Barranco, not just to death and celebration of death, but celebration of life. So really, across from us is the home of Dr. Joseph Palacio, the first archaeologist commissioner of Belize, right? Our country and our people are yet to honor him, right? And we were here first. So let us clean and never forget that, along with the Maya, all right? So we're going to go, Dr. Palacio, Andy Palacio, all Palacios, the gentleman who is documenting, he come all the way. I mean, everybody come from far. But this is going throughout the Caribbean. This, what is happening here, is historic, right? And our archaeologists are looking at the decolonization of archaeology and what that means to tell the story from our perspective. Let us tell the true story about how this happened. Not just for what shipwreck of statements, you know. And the reason why we call it Garifuna is because we are people of the Gari, of the cassava, and we are all around the world. So this is a sacred circle. The Garifuna Nation President, Hinyo, we reach out to people from Africa, from South America, from the Caribbean, and they would wish to be here. That's why we are documenting it, because we are sharing this fact, and we have relationships. Garifuna is for the world, not only for Barranco or for Belize. Everybody. We serve everybody. We educated this nation, whatever that means, under the system of the Catholic Church. We gave them 2 bishops back to back, right? So we need to acknowledge and write that history about the contributions of the Garifuna to the Catholic Church. Sister Barbara Flores was asked some years ago, and I was there. I was there in Washington when she was the keynote speaker at the Catholic Bishop Conference. And her topic was Garifuna spirituality as a model for the Catholic Church. I was there. And she spoke, and we must get a copy of that and celebrate that. That's why I celebrate you, Senator, and celebrate you, Chairman, and celebrate all of you in here, because we are the ones who are going to break the cycle. We are the ones who are going to change the narrative for our children, not tomorrow, but now. That's why my grandchildren are here. So let's go to Andy Palacio.
And Joseph Palacio.
And Joseph Palacio.
One question. Right. I know you said that the councillor might be leaving shortly, right?
The chairman.
The chairman, sorry.
Yes.
You believe in
After.
I'm going to accompany you guys to this.
Okay, that's fine.
They're going to lead that.
Okay, excellent. Good. All right.
Any questions before we leave?
Or comments?
Any questions or comments before we move on, guys?
That logo, your man there, is Rodney Avila, who assisted in organizing the Cerro and Cassava Conference Festival in Puerto Rico. Just say
We have a question. I want to get the dates right when you said the guy was recording this. You said 1860, something like that?
Between 1860 and 1862, sometime around there when it started. The Christians started to, the
And
Catholic Church.
that's the date we used to say like it was.
Yes, when you go on AI and you ask when was Barranco established, it will give you the date of either 1860 or 1862. But the Garifuna people were here before that. We were here before that.
That's right. Thank you.
And that is something that I believe needs to be strongly taken into consideration. That we were here before 1860.
as free people too.
Yes.
As free people. And the Catholic Church used the Garifuna people, Martha, the Catholic Church used the Garifuna people as missionaries through the entire country. And we need to write that story about the contributions of the Garifuna people to the Catholic Church. We were the first missionaries, local, anywhere in the world that is very limited, okay? And we had the Sisters of the Holy Family from New Orleans who came and were apprentices to us, to people like my mother and father who left their communities, right? These were women who left New Orleans as enslaved people, okay? When they came to Belize, they were free, whatever that means. Thank you.
One thing that I would like to share is this book. I appreciate it very much. It's a book entitled On This Day in Barranco, a genealogical calendar of life events. It was written by Carlson, the late Carlson John Tuttle, and it was edited by Joseph Palacio, Dr. Joe, and also edited by Judy Lum. And so this book here has records all the way dating from the 1800s with genealogical trees from different surnames, whether it is Cayetano, Palacio, Aviles, they're all in here. So this book here tells us a lot of who we are and the people who were here before us.
That's right.
You know, so
Those two people were from the U.S.
Yes.
And no offense meant to nobody, they were white. And they took the time. I remember visiting Dr. Palacio some time ago. I said, how are you, Dr. Joe? He said, my company is 2 white people and 2 dogs. That's what he said to me. No offense meant to anybody, right? And so we have a responsibility. That's why we're here. We have to go to Barranco. The road is special. But it is important, right, for us to reach out and take care of one another and look out for one another. In spite of the most doctorates, Garifuna doctorates come from this Barranco. So what? Okay, it needs to be translated into something tangible, right? So can we proceed?
Okay, so we're going to leave. Oh, yeah, we can clap before. All right, so now we're going to pass by Dr. Joe, right in front of us here, and then we go into the cemetery. We have a little talk there based on Andy Palacio, and then we move on around the school area, throughout the community, come all the way to the Luba area, and then we come back here for the culmination. Okay. Well, let's do what we have to do. I don't have a camera. Yes. Yes, because I have some requests as well.
Now we are going outside. So, you're gonna see what the place look like. I mean, it's beautiful, real beautiful based on what you're seeing. I mean, Belize is alive and well, and I'm so happy to be here, honestly. You know, I know you're not seeing my face, which I don't want you to see my face. I want you to see the beauty of Belize. I want you to see the village of the Garifuna. Yes, and it's going to be documented for the world to see. Nothing is being hidden.
I'm sorry. Leslie.
That's the book you must get to.
Yeah. How much is the book? I want one.
So, Garifunas and their children continue to push it. So, here we go. You're the chairman, right? Yeah. So the chairman is leading the way. You get a lot of visitors up here? Not much, because the world don't know about it yet. Yeah. I'm working on it, yeah.
Trying to get people to visit Barranco, but most thing is killing it, it's the road.
The road, yeah, I noticed it. Why the road is like that?
That's it's just maybe they neglect our government is the purpose of clearing the road, no?
Yeah. So they might have to take the community itself to do the road themselves, you know? No.
I was going to ask you if you have like a development plan for the area. Do you have a plan like what you want to see for this community in 5 years, 10 years?
Yeah, we have one, but we still drafting. Still on the draft. But we have a plan that we're working on. You know, because even before we got into the office, we also had a plan that we will be presenting to the community. We're hoping to have a community meeting next Sunday where we get the community to announce that plan and then we go forward. So definitely we have a plan, but we're just putting up the finalizing.
So maybe you and I could have before we leave, we could have a side conversation. Yeah, because that might be as we were discussing last week, one of the archaeologists planning. If the community is provided with the capacity to have a plan that is substantive, then you could, if I ask you a question about the road, you could also use that plan to articulate.
We have the modem.
You want to keep the modem?
Yeah, give me the modem.
Before we leave.
Okay.
So in that plan, you're going to have like school tours, the general public going to be available to come through and look at the stuff? Yeah.
It's a wide plan because we have tourism, we have health, the community is, you know,
It's vibrant. I can see it. You know, I see the vibrantness.
we have all the potential to do.
Oh yeah. Indigenous community have all the potential, you know. This reminds me of the maroon communities I've seen in Jamaica. You know, everything is vibrant. The people there are willing, but it takes mostly the older folks. You know, so is there something you guys are doing to bring out some of the young ones them to get them involved?
Mostly the population and the community right now, mostly young people.
Young people, and you have activities to bring them out.
It's very little. We're not small in a population because we have a population of about 140, 150 there about.
That's good.
It fluctuates at times.
Okay.
Usually get more people visiting home.
Okay.
Dr. Andy Palacio. So I believe Ms. Cynthia can take over.
There are few archaeologists who are Belizeans. Most of the archaeologists who come to Belize come to extract. That means take information go to their universities and do what they have to do, you know? And that doesn't necessarily engage us. So we are proud to acknowledge those Belizeans and those colleagues from the Caribbean. Where's Pingan? All right, but it's very important that we have partners and collaborators. So we're thankful for Jeff and Dawn to be here because it's a new way of engaging with us where we are part of the conversation and making a difference. Dr. Narciso Torres was given the doctorate by us indigenous leaders. We started to have a conversation where we said, you getting all of this information and taking it into your universities and all these artifacts you're taking, most of our artifacts are outside of the country, right? Most of the evidence. So we need to honor this man and the others like Harriet Topsy and others, you know, who have been doing the work. Dr. Annabelle Ford has come to Belize for 40 years and received valuable information from Dr. Torres. Thankfully, she agreed to have him present and recognized at the university at a high level, right? I asked if he could get an honorary doctorate. They said we'll do better than that. We'll give him the Chancellor's Award. And I want him to show up with it later. No, he brought the medal. It's like the jade head, right? He's a treasure. And we just think now that we want to insure it and put it somewhere where everybody could see. Because what he did is he did it for us, and we took a delegation to California, right? Where the Chancellor acknowledged us and the U.S. Ambassador and so on. The point is, we need to do that for Garifuna too. It has never been done for the Garifuna people. That's our responsibility. We don't have to wait for anybody to do it for us. We are the ones who declare. All of you are invited to the pilgrimage next year in March, okay? And when we go to that pilgrimage, the first time I spoke to, it was by divine order, the Prime Minister of St. Vincent, I said to him, Balisao is ours. Because all Garifuna all over the world speak about Balisao as our homeland. That's the place where we were genocided. 2,500 of our ancestors' bones lay there. So we're going to ask Richardo and Jeff and other people to help us to write a proposal to make our sacred spaces like heritage sites. We are going to talk with Satim and whoever to treasure a national park over there. All these proposals and projects are for us to lead, not to ask no government for nothing, right? We tell the government, this is our plan, our strategic plan. So we're inviting you, this is a strategic planning session right here, right? And we are going to next year, March, and going to the pilgrimage, prepare and claim Balisao. But we're going to claim it with some systematic proposals. You need the language of the Caribbean Development Bank requires all kind of things, right? So thankfully the representative is here, Mr. Chairman. Make use of his presence here before you go off into the sunset. And we have these two young people here who are going to guide us. Miss Claudia was at Balisao with me. When we went, but I went to the mountaintop, she stayed downstairs, right? Yeah, and Miss Claudia, we could tell you we have, I mean, I can't explain it, just come. If you are interested in coming to Balisao, we'll take it down. And you know,
You want your hat? Mama? You want your hat? And you come up.
Oh, this is the mahogany.
Perfect.
That's what? The
Mahogany.
mahogany?
Mahogany.
Oh, this one here?
Yeah, the young one.
Wow.
Every big thing starts small, right?
Yep. I'm seeing a mahogany tree right here in Belize, my people. This is like a pilgrimage, man. Eh? We're doing a pilgrimage right now.
Yeah, so this is the entrance of the cemetery.
But when I'm, with my background, most of my career is in the Park Service, communities to help communities. So now I have a giant corporation to utilize.
Wow. Wowza.
Certainly.
And they have the bread nut that looks just like that. When you open it, it's nuts inside instead of just the known meat.
Is it like a Brazil nut?
Yeah. I got it covered.
Yes.
Yep. And it's covered in tongue, so it's tough as African tongue, but they have one in the farm.
She's coming as well. She's coming.
You gotta stand up on the man. Eh? My elevator too.
Vivian, same name as River.
Eh?
That reason we place them in the rock
Yeah?
so that we have a space to.
How you love that?
Okay.
Okay, I guess I can start.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so welcome again everyone. This is the tomb site or the resting place of our great icon, Andy Palacio. And he was born on December 2nd, 1960. And he passed away January 19th, 2008, as you can see down here. Andy has come a long way. Born in Barranco, grew up in Barranco, went to high school in Punta Gorda, Peter Claver at the time, and transitioned right after that into teaching. And it wasn't something that he liked much, but his passion was somewhere in music. And after his journey to Nicaragua, he realized, you know what, I think music is the thing for me. And he transitioned from different types of music, punta music, a little twist of Mexican blend, until finally he found his niche in Haranda. Worked a lot with Youth Connection Band in Orange Walk, and they went on tours together. He also went to London, and after a while he met with Ivan Duran, and they formulated the Garifuna collective. And I can remember when he created that CD along with Ivan in 2006, Andy came to Barranco because he feels that when he is here with his mother, his aunt, his uncles, his friends, and other family members, he was, bringing this art, this music creation for their approval. To me, it was like an approval. And so he came with this CD, eagerly showing it to different people. And when he came home to our house here, it was then that everybody in the household said, aha! Now this is the music that we love to hear from you. And he was so proud of himself that the family approved and loved the music. And unfortunately, in January 2008, he passed away. But one of the things that I want to highlight from a personal note, one day my uncle went to my house and he went through my CDs. And he looked at me and he said, Roz, but you don't have any of my CDs. And I was shocked because I did not realize what was taking place. I was like shocked, like, you're right. That month, my first paycheck, I went and I bought all his CDs, except the one that I could not get that everybody loves so much. Of course, before Watina was the Punta medley. That was the only CD I could not get. It was sold out. You know, so when I think back at that particular moment, Andy wants us to have him in our hearts, to think about him, to listen to his music, especially when it comes to track number 12 on the Watina CD, Amiag. Who is going to bake our cassava? Who is going to speak the language? Who is going to do the different traditions and the dugu that we have been doing? It goes a long way. And so one of the hope is in the future, hopefully near than far, is to establish an Andy Palacio Memorial Center that is going to cater for the young people to come and learn about music, to teach them drumming, to teach them how to do the shaka, to teach them to play the shaka, to teach them the songs that our ancestors used to sing. And who knows, Andy Palacio might also be a motivation for young people to start to do and create and write and sing and beat their own music. And hence the reason we would like that his name be honored.
Miss President, just to add top of what you're saying, and Andy Palacio, he's the first one brought a drum machine in the country.
You're right.
Yeah.
I want to add to that.
He was the first one brought.
Andy and I. It was a competition. We had drafted out the proposal, Sunrise Music. It was a mobile recording music. Penn had just got married, and we wanted Penn because he was an artist, painter, and musician. So because he got married and had kids, we selected Andy. And Andy went, and so he became the chair of, actually the engineer. So I was the chair. And then he went over to the story.
Right, it continues. Right.
Just wanted to make that.
Yes.
I like to that. The message when it comes to Amir, it's more than just music.
Yes.
I hope that when this comes to fruition, that we open a center in his name.
Yeah.
We will also include the clothing and all
Right.
the other aspects of
Yeah.
Garifuna culture.
Everything Garifuna can be placed.
So we fulfill his question of asking who will, right? So
Yeah,
that's a request.
to add to the discussion, a center of consciousness,
Yes.
right? The center of consciousness. Because the Garifuna culture is very deep
It is.
So we have a library in there, we have a museum in there, and everything is in there.
Yes.
Right? The food, everything, the
Yes.
culinary effects. So the history of consciousness with the center of consciousness. Right? I'm trying to get away from using these colonial words, museum, and library, and gallery, right?
Exactly.
And all this center of consciousness. Because our history, for the most part, I have to learn on my own. Just I have to ask you the question again, 1860, what does that mean? And you're telling me that the history began before 1860.
It began before it.
Right? And so we're becoming conscious together. We got to share all this without apologies, as my ambassador would say. Without any apologies to anybody. Right? It's raising our consciousness to another level. And Andy, with due respect, you are a prophet and pioneer of this journey.
Now there's one last thing that I would like to share. Right between these three things. This is Andy here. This is his mother. Yeah. Behind Mr. Itinio is his father that raised him. So this is my grandmother, Cleofa Aviles, and our grandfather, Ruben Palacio.
Ambassador, could you kindly join us?
Hi.
He's the youth ambassador. Kindly join us. Right, thank you.
So,
Senator is here.
So here we have the family, his mother and his father. And so it is something that when everybody comes to see Andy, he's buried between his mother and his father.
I would like to thank you, Senator, for presenting this. And something very beautiful happened in the past 2 days of the Cassava Conference Festival International. And what happened is the boldness that we need to have to do the right thing without apologies, without thinking about who think what and how, you know. So I hear that boldness in you and Chairman and the different people who have welcomed us here. And I want to encourage that with the 25 how many children you have in the primary school?
Between 25 and 30.
The 25 children that you have in the primary school that we're going to see, all of them are leaders. And all of them need to know this history.
Right.
And we don't need to wait for the so-called education system to do it for us. Here is a university. All the people who are here, like Dr. Torres, we can give them doctorates too of our own selves. But doctorate from an indigenous perspective. I met Andy long before he started to do what he did. And my sister and I assisted in getting Andy to go to London for a couple months to get an internship in music and so on. Andy came back to me, I don't feel guilty, and he said, Miss Cynthia, I need money. I need to function, I need to survive. I said, Andy, it doesn't happen like that. I don't have it like that. That is why we had the Cassava Conference Festival. Our people, Dr. Narciso gets a medal, but he cannot eat a medal. Okay? So we have the responsibility. I have the responsibility, Caribbean Development Bank, to have conversation with financial entities and government and whoever, to not just pat me on the shoulder and say, oh, you look nice, Garifuna culture is pretty, you have nice outfits, your food is delicious, the Battle of the Drums is awesome, right? That is all very true. However, if we do not understand how these systems work in the world, we would function like Andy, who did not have to pass away so early. Andy's health was compromised. You know the condition of the house of his mother before it was restored, right? Right? So we have a lot of work to do in terms of speaking truth that some of us don't want to hear. That's why I love the Dabuyaba. Because in the Dabuyaba we present the good, the bad, the ugly, the truth. Right? And not push it under the carpet. And that's what I admire. Two of his colleagues came to make a movie, documentary, one from France and one from, Aurelio Martinez. Silence for him, right? Silence for Aurelio. And the present Minister of Indigenous Affairs hired me to Galen University when he brought the musicians to the university and they could not matriculate, remember? But in honor of people like Andy, these people were being valued in the university as authentic and qualified people, not only to so-called learn, but to teach the Garifuna culture. Rodney, with your drumming school, that's the vision. That we don't have to go nowhere to affirm ourselves now and here, right? It was so pathetic. The brothers wept when they went to Hopkins Women's Cooperative. The women there set a room in honor of the first recording of Andy Palacio in Hopkins at the Women's Cooperative, and they call it Watina. And this is what we need to do wherever we are. Myself and a student from the United States wrote a proposal, right? We got funding, and we put that money in the hands of the Women's Cooperative to develop that museum. So we go to the table, just like how in Cerro, Rodney, these 95 men went house to house and collected money to buy Cerro. That's what Mr. Warrior told us. We have the power and the capacity and the resources among ourselves to set up our own bank, our own financial institutions, because we've done it before. Sorry, Mr. Richard.
Apology accepted.
You will finance the bag.
We have to show ourselves and others that we are capable. I want to weep. Dr. Zabani, when I was working at the university, called whoever coordinated the Garifuna Collective now and go all around the world. Huh? Sometimes they don't come back without $50. Right? The artifacts of Andy Palacio are in Benke, Mami. Right? His guitar, his clothes. Who owns the rights to his records? These are the things we need to learn and talk about. Honestly, when Dr. Zabani, as a president, called the coordinator, not her name, to have dialogue with the musicians about the ownership of their work, they did not accept that proposal of us engaging to manage our own business as musicians and artisans. Right, Rodney?
Yes.
Aurelio Martinez, we could give a list of them. Nicolas, the painter. Ten Caetano, we could list them, right? We don't have to repeat this cycle, okay? So we would like help, Jeff, Dawn, to guide us, King Ann,
I'm here.
on how we can make it tangible, right? Watanea Council is all over the world like it's for them, right? So we need to learn to be business-like, and that's the gift that Andy is giving us. And those friends of his were weeping on the shores of Hopkins when they went to that museum, because they remembered when they as young men were putting together the music, and at the end of it, Nikat, and they have a house in San Ignacio that the Minister of Agriculture at the time, because we're holding everybody accountable, you know, gave to Andy. And that house is probably rotting where it is. I hope not. I hope not. It's what? It's a, right?
So we declare.
Yes, we are
Andy
declaring.
Palacio, Joseph Palacio.
That's right. We are changing the narrative.
Declaration at the end of this conference.
Yes, we have declared it, that we are the ones, right? We are declaring that we are having museum in, well, we are using a different word.
Consciousness. Conscious centers.
Hold people accountable. University of the West Indies. Come on, Egbert. He was the longest resident tutor, Joe Palacio, at the University of the West Indies.
Sometimes, you know, the man's voice, a little bass, you know. So I've got to contain myself. and Joe Palacio was my mentor.
That's it.
Andy and I worked on this pioneering of the music.
That's it.
But then I had to let go because we had to build the capacity of our people.
That's it.
Right?
That's it.
Capacity to do financing, to do marketing of our own thing. All right? And, you know, I was teaching for 10 years, you know, not having to struggle with my own history of my own people. We're not in the history books. And when I go in the classroom, people want to jump on me. Just because I pause and tell the students, this book have us in there. You're teaching punctuation, but you're teaching how to disregard my own people. I said, none of this. So we got work to do.
Yes. So President, Council, the chairman, powerful when I met him, right? Because I remember when I came to this here Barranco to find myself for a couple of months. Remember I was here in the Dabuyeba, me, one and the ancestors for months. And the ancestors told me that I need to leave Belize and go to the United States and other places and find out how they do things, right? And at that time we had a meeting in Barranco with the now Governor General, you remember? The now Governor General, who hardly knew what a cassava looked like. She admitted it. No, but it's true. It's true.
We were there.
And the financial conversation is what I told Mr. Richardo, that we are not doing. Assets, liabilities, balance sheet, and all of that, right?
Right.
Break even. I said, no, due respect. She wasn't Governor General there. Due respect. But how can you quantify the history, the knowledge, the power of the cassava? You know that? That's priceless. So we have the responsibility to present it and to teach people who we are and how we are, right, Ms. Lady? Come please, sir. President of the National Garifuna Council, Vice President.
I want to thank everybody for the contribution. But I want to add to the contribution by starting with what is very important. Belize's cultural ambassador, UNESCO, Artists for Peace, and our Garifuna legend. Ladies and gentlemen, when this good legend was buried, the leader of the country was here.
Yes.
And he promised that there would have been something built in his honor, so that individuals can come from far and near to see. And I noticed that over the years, politicians have used the same thing to get votes here in Barranco. I will build a museum in Barranco for Andy Palacio. I will do this for Andy Palacio. And here it is right now. Nothing has been done. Nothing has been done, even when we ask. Because some of us in PG are concerned about Andy Palacio. And especially when the politicians come around, sir, ma'am, what will you do for our Garifuna icon Andy Palacio? Oh, We don't promise the people in Barranco that we are giving to them. Nothing. I want to start today. As I look at this tomb, I believe that, and I apologize for what I will say in advance, that it should have been more presentable. This is an icon. This was an icon. As a matter of fact, he's still an icon.
He will always be an
Yeah,
icon.
you will all thanks, Senator. Thanks, Senator. So I want to, before we go from here, Miss Ellis, ensure that this is cleaned up. And this, we buy some, we get some crazy glue and stick it up, man. We have people all the way from the World Bank, IDB, we have people, big people right here. It's not presentable for them because I believe it's on the air. Is this presentable? That's why I said I apologize for what I would have said. Right? But even if we are putting it on the chairman, we need to ensure that we witness. Even if I just have to get one glue from the shop and buy this, I am happy. I can take ownership for this. And I want all of us to start to take ownership, especially for individuals like these. There are many more. There are many more who will just throw in on the ground and we forget. But then we have moral locals, right? And I'm happy that the man with the purse is here to help.
Looking behind himself. There's no man behind you. There's only women back here. Don't look back here. He's a man.
At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, we will need something from the purse to maintain this. For now, I will take from my purse to do what I can.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
President, I would like you to speak to the issue of Garifuna Doao. And one of the things we discussed extensively with the Garifuna Nation is that the burden or the responsibility is not just for the people who live in the community. Because Garifuna awareness and consciousness is worldwide. Thousands of people came here to lay this man to rest. We have to hold ourselves accountable. And by we, I don't mean only the people in Barranco, but those from the so-called diaspora who live outside, right? We are all together. That's Garifuna consciousness. So Barranco is for us, even though we are not physically here. All of us, as the brother said, are responsible. And that's the attitude and spirit of the gathering of the International Cassava Conference Festival. How many have we around the world?
Almost a million.
Almost a million
I would
of us
come from, say,
around the
100,000
world,
people.
right? So
And
when we were talking about Baliso, we said if each person give $1, we had Baliso. So, but Mr. Reverend, Gonzalo must smell a rat and he say he got it for us. But he not get it for us. We get it for us already. Because it is in our consciousness. Nobody can take that from us, right? So this conference festival is for the awareness of who we are and the power of who we are. Nobody have to make we special. We special already.
Yeah. I think what Ambassador is alluding to is the fact that, we say, the government should do it. We are the government.
That's right.
Right?
That's right.
I love that line she told the Minister of Indigenous Affairs that we sent him to Taiwan. Taiwan.
South Korea and
South Korea. We sent him. It's our taxes.
It's our money.
Right? And he needed to report to us, which he did on a brief. That we don't know the details. And so Barranco is for us. Dangriga is for us.
That's right.
And I'm happy that when I went to work with Uncle, Palacio. You know, 'cause I was a rebel without smooth edges, right? And he showed me, right, the literature, the language, what it means to be indigenous, right? And I was, almost 30 years old, never know what indigenous means. You know, I didn't know the history. And he showed me the books. And Mr. Palacio is honored in University of the West Indies. You know, even George Lamming told me personally, he said, you got a man there. Listen to him, read him. He's doing excellent work. How much of us have his book in the school?
That's right.
Where is his books?
That's right.
You know, and so talking about Garifuna, let's learn from your grandmother, your grandparents. You know, I don't take them for granted anymore. You know, I came here and I didn't see my aunt. I know she lambasted me back there. I have to go drop in and say hello. You know, and what other knowledge she has to pass on to me, because it wasn't given to us in the school. And the schools are still up to this day trying to erase us. So it's our responsibility, right? No matter what you say against her, look, she's my sister. We're not perfect. It's our responsibility. It's not government. I don't want to hear about, oh, we're waiting for minister to do this. We're going to do it and tell the minister, look, put your share in.
That's the spirit.
That's the attitude. So we're on to this center of consciousness. The building a center of consciousness in each community. Use the colonial word if you want. I don't care. For me, it's a center of consciousness. Whether you want to call it a library and limit it to library, okay, we're going to put a museum in there too. A culinary thing, a music thing, right? The history of our people, everything will be in that history of consciousness for our children. Because you depend on these colonial people, the ones who colonize us, to help us.
They fulfill their purpose. We have to fulfill
A
ours.
couple of proposals before we wrap up and move. One, if we can agree that we're going to develop some center no matter how long it takes. Two, declare all our spaces as sacred. It's like the Maya, we have 900 plus temples, right? Yes. The Maya got it, you know. We need to get it too. That our sacred places are going to be anointed, and we have to do it. We have people all over the world, and we have ourselves, right? And so I will ask people like our colleagues from the United States to help us in developing a strategy plan, which we submit to the man in the blue shirt and others like him.
The man in the blue shirt.
Man with the purse, man.
He's doing a listening thing, right? So it's important to say bop, bop, bop. I'm not afraid for us. You know, I'm never afraid. That's why he did. I'm never afraid. Just for them, ping on them in the day. And I put fire on there, put that Trinidad, right, sir?
Certainly.
And I said to him, respect you. If you want technical assistance from you to develop our own bank, our own financial institution. And the issue of land, who said we were here first? Right. This is our land. Yeah? Not even nobody else thinks. Right? And we need a map of Belize, right? And carve it out. Just like how the people come from states and so they have lidar or water or whatever, and then done the map out, you know? They know more about us than us. No, I went to Santa Cruz University and I frightened when I sit down and then they tell me the coast of Belize. We are coastal people. So that needs to be in our education. An affirmation that we already know. We know the lands, we know the seas. So we don't have to wait for anybody to tell us that we are the experts. They need to listen to us. Anytime we have a do-gozer, the Garifuna people from all over the world can organize the resources to make it happen. Right?
That's true.
Thousands of dollars. That means that we have a capacity to do things, right? So these are the specific changing of the narrative. There are 25 taken in that primary school are marine biologists, engineers, physicists. We have them all over the world already helping other people, you know, right? So we have homework to do. And we come to Barranco to support. In other words, this young man said,
Action.
I'll visit there 6 months and he never heard nothing. Well, go look for her after week 2.
Exactly.
The Catholic Church. I'm a rabid Catholic. I know that. But you know what? The Catholic Church needs to be made accountable to the Garifuna people. Right? We left Barranco and all these communities our own to go take care of other people's own at the expense of our own. Right? So we are the ones not only to write that history, but go to the bishop, go to the pope if we have to. Because he knows that we there. No, seriously. And tell the pope, you have a little country, Belize, that has given you 2 bishops. Right? And so we like to have a fund. We want a block of money. Right? And we are not begging, it's our money. It's
Pallet.
ours. But to all the banks in Belize, that's what we did to come here. Right? And tell them, if it weren't for us, you wouldn't exist. We pay your salary. Right? So
There is a book, and I hope that everybody would research and find that book on Amazon, The Teacher's Diary.
Wow.
That book is evidence of our people experiences when they got placed in these different communities. Wow. It is important. Wow. Make sure you find that book.
Right.
Read that book. That when we go to the bishop, we say, "Oh, you're so much. We want this."
Right. That's right.
As reparation, because that is reparation.
I have the book there. I'm not sure if it's the same book as there's a book to educate a nation.
No, The Teacher's Diary.
Okay, so that's another one.
That's another one.
I have the to educate a nation, so I'll show you the book.
Okay, so Senator, can you lead us to the next point?
Okay. So we're going to pass around.
Did we say a prayer or anything around here? Did anybody do anything?
No, not yet.
I asked Dr. Torres to say something in Maya, and then somebody put something in the and then we'll proceed.
We'll do the one need to go boom in the Garifuna. Let's hold hands because of the
Can't push your hand on my shoulder.
While we're doing that, we remember all the ancestors who have gone before us, the Kupales. Brother Richardo was in Jamaica just now, where some of our brothers and sisters suffered from the hurricane. We want to present them, not just like talk, and then not just for sending them bread and water and stuff. We are sending say soup, right? Big money.
Miss Claudia, as we're saying there.
Indigenous people connect with the indigenous people in Jamaica. So that's part of this conference too.
Okay.
Okay.
As we do the Wanichugo, the Wagoshe Bungio, I want you to say the Our Father in Garifuna. I will help you. I will help you. Okay. Please get in the circle. In our culture, it's about putting energies together, and at the same time, we move to the rhythm to to make sure that we pass that energy, that positive energy to each other, and we invoke God's presence at the same time, right? So most people would not explain that, but that is what happened when we do the Wagochibogio. 1, 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wagochibogio lidasu fulan. You baru wega wo. Aduduwala le babu seru. fulas. Lida mua, lida sum fulas. Wabuchi bungio, lida sum fulas. Yubila baru wega wong. Aduguala, leba buseru. Lida mua, lida sumfulas. Lida mua, lida sumfulas. Wọ́n ogún yẹn tọ́lá ní nasago wẹ̀. Wabuchi bungio lida sumfulas. Yubila baruwe yawon. Aduguala leba buseru. Lida mua, lida sumfulas. Lida mua, lida sumfulas. Good job.
You're good leader. Okay, so now we're going around. We'll pass by school, and then we can head towards like more the C church area into going into that side of the village.
Okay.
Giving up some of the food? I saw you eating something.
It's a long distance?
No, not really. From here to the school is like 3 minutes to walk.
Oh. Credit union is more better than a bank.
No, I agree. We have that too.
Because a credit union can be a non-profitable organization.
Exactly.
So
I agree.
you don't have to give the government
That's
no
right.
tax.
That's right. You're correct. We include that as a
Yeah.
part of it too.
What's this? Is a shortcut? Be careful, you know, ladies. We're taking a shortcut, heading to the next location. But as I can tell you, I'm really, really happy to be here. I'm not glad to be here, I'm happy to be here. And you know that we've been working with the Garifuna since 2020. That was when we were the world was under lockdown. And it's my pleasure now to be here in 2025. Flavius, I wish you were here, man. But I'm here, spreading the love, getting the love, and, you know, doing what we have been doing for years. You know, coming up in December 3rd, Reggae Nostalgia organization will be 20 years. So between Reggae Nostalgia, Slowly Jamaica, and the Real Stuff podcast, oh my gosh, and that's a whole lot of history right there. Just check it up. 5, 20, and Flavius is what? 50. So that's 75 years you're talking about. 75 years of work. So, yes, Belize. Got the people them coming across the field, man. And this is the counselor. Now I'm telling them that this is the counselor. Yeah, I've been communicating with her since 2020. And now, you know, I met her in the flesh. So, oh, I'm telling you.
I am well grounded.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I would never.
Especially
Like I said, my son is older than
That's
you, but
great.
not half
That's
as
all we
young.
need. Spiritual groundedness.
Not half as useful. Isaac do this. How do I do it? I'm like, never mind. I'll get your 14-year-old sister to do
You
it.
know that song that we were singing? Queen Lubafa shared it with us already
Put enough into
on the
boy.
podcast.
I should have really paid more attention.
And we use a piece of it at the ending of our podcast. So that, you know, that's like when we're closing out our spiritual aspect of it, you know. This is what, the Garifuna school?
Training people in local communities. That's the thing.
We've also got fellows who've been looking for opportunities like this to like get in
At your work?
kind
To the
of.
school?
We used to.
Oh, yeah.
No longer do,
And this is the primary
he's kind of
school.
gone on his own now, but he's looking to try to like. He wasn't sure if he wanted to do a nonprofit. If he
Oh,
should
the
be
new
a
one.
training assistant.
The one
So I
behind
was just,
you
I told him, I'm
was
like,
the original school.
Okay.
Yes, so
Wow.
and it is a multi-grade school. Normally they would have infant 1, infant 2, standard 1 in one class. Then you have standard 2, 3, and 4 in another class, and then of course you have 5 and 6. So if we look on this side here, over the first block is the middle division. Then we have the infant, computer lab, and the upper division and the office.
And the office, wow.
Right. So this is the school right here.
Let me see how big it is at the back.
Yes.
Teachers and one principal.
How much?
Teaching principal, yes. The principal teaches us.
2 teachers and 1 teaching principal. I'm taking a tour at the back of it to see how wide it is, how big it is. But here's the playground that the kids are playing on. Yeah, it's very large enough. Yeah, very large. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm telling you, man, this is an experience. It's a hell of an experience. This is one big mango tree. So you're the chairman for
Vice chairman.
the vice chairman?
NGC, National Garifuna Council.
Okay.
PG Bank.
And your name?
Eugene Benguche.
Eugene Bengo.
Che.
Bengo Che. I met you yesterday
Yeah.
at the second day event. So today is the final day.
Yes, sir.
And how would you sum up all 3 days?
Man, I believe this is a wonderful 3 days of sessions, sir. And I am happy with the cross section of individuals that came, especially those that came all the way from the diaspora, which speaks volumes, sir. It seems it's telling us here in PG, in Toledo, in the country of Belize and a whole that many of our brothers and sisters care for us, and they are willing to support us. This is why they have come.
True.
So we are grateful for their visit, and for those who have come from our country. We also appreciate their presence.
Yeah. So you think next year it's going to be even better than
Oh,
this
it
year?
should be better, sir.
Because this is the first year, right? Yeah.
First year, and I want to give maximum gratitude to Mr. Giles for organizing this and willing to articulate where it all started with the different meetings at different places. Sounds extremely well.
Yeah.
Extremely well.
You know, as I said yesterday, it's funny how I got here, you know, because it wasn't something I planned.
Okay.
And over the years, I've been planning, so I want to come to the settlement day, that is November 19th. And I said, I'm going to take some days. I wasn't even thinking about settlement day.
Okay.
And it's so that, like the 12,
Okay.
I think it was the 12, I won't tell you, the 12th of October.
Okay.
My partner said to me, you know, two of us started the Real Stuff podcast under the banner Reggae Nostalgia. Said to me, Franco, Queen Lubafu, because we call her Queen Lubafu. You guys call her the ambassador. He said Queen Lubafu putting on a conference and she asked me to do the flyer. I said, what is it? And him say, it's a cassava festival. I said, cassava? And him say, yeah, man. And I said, when? And him say, it'll start the 14th, finish the 16th. And I said, God damn. Just like that. Him say, well, what happened? I said, I take some days off, starting the 14th and finish the 20th. And him said, you know, can I go to the event, man? I said, I don't have no money. I never planned for that. But I will see what I can do. And when I call her and I tell her, she said, come, I would love you if you come. You understand? Because you can help us document this thing. So it would be an honor if you have you. I said, I'm going to see what happens because, you know, I have to go use her body pass. And she said, I don't know about that one because it never worked good. And I said, I'm going to try. The first day, I never made the flight until the second day. You know, but it was a pleasure talking to you because guess what? I don't sure about the pilgrimage one yet, but that as you guys just say, just get up and do it, you know.
Is the people, I don't want to say demand command, but that's what I mean, right? It's long overdue, right? It's long overdue and it's owed to you from every entity. They don't have to come here and look pretty on the top of you. You are the one who can go. That's what the Maya have done. That's why the Maya have, yes, you know? So the Garifuna also need to do that, and including the church. We are the most rabid Roman Catholics in the country, you know what I'm saying? And therefore, we need to go, if you're not a bishop, Father Jordan, hello Father Jordan, we are here. And these are our concerns in this Catholic school where God is a Catholic. Yes. Hello. And so how many times do you come in, Father, or whatever? You know, make sure there's Garifuna representation on the diocese, right? Because I never seen no Garifuna there when I'm on the diocese. They made a mistake and invite me. Church have a lot of resources. So let's dialogue with them, right? Dialogue. And schedule, Miss Martha, we need to get a calendar 2026 where we have scheduled the different things that are happening, right? You want to know when you go in a cabinet or whatever place you go, right? So we could go there, go support you. You know, we don't have to say nothing, we just stand up there and support you. Regally, and you are ours, you are the only one. So the whole of the Garifuna nation, you know, that's power, you know. That's support. That's how the Maya did it. Support, right? With the land rights. Yes. That's how they did it. Thousands of Maya. We have to have thousands of people come here one day, not just for bury Andy Palacio, but to move on with his legacy, right? And say that this came, and we signed with the paper, with 3,000 signatures, and put it on the Prime Minister's table, right? He has to respond. They are only doing nothing because we are not demanding anything. That's why they feel good, right? So it's our responsibility, and it's not all on your shoulder, nor yours. All of us together. Yes, get the children. Any children went to the assembly the other day, they have a mock thing of cabinet. Good, so we want those children too to begin to manage now. They should be here talking, Mr. Richardo, and telling them what they think. Let me tell you why. San Pedro, San Mateo, right? Some universities came, and the children were asked how would they like to see their community improve. Wow. they said they wanted a top-of-the line school. And they got it. They got it to the Anglican Church. Okay, so it can be done. Okay?
We're going to meet him. I already called him to make sure he's not sleeping.
All right.
I told him we're coming there shortly.
Wonderful.
All right, yeah, so cool spot, eh? Should have a picnic right or something.
Miss Ellison told us about your journey.
Oh yeah, because
From it start.
it started the Wednesday because I wanted to be here the Thursday so I could start out the Friday. So it started the Wednesday. I missed the flight, and then I have to go back the Thursday, right? And then I was able to come. No, it started the Thursday. I missed the flight, and I had to come the Friday. And then that's also how I was able to miss the first day. I came yesterday, and today I'm here again. But when I left and we were coming into Belize, it was bad weather.
That's what she said.
Yeah, and the pilot said he's going to San Pedro. So I thought it was San Pedro, Belize. So I was saying, I wonder how far that is from where I'm going. If I could take a bus or something, you know, if I come off at that airport. But only for when we landed, it was brought to our attention that we're in San Pedro, Honduras. I was like, what? So we stayed there for about 35-40 minutes. And then we left and tried back again. Actually, the pilot had to get the plane refuel because we didn't have enough petrol to come back. Because he tried 3 times to land and couldn't land. And then on the 4th try, we were able to land. And the journey started from there. I mean, I had people receiving me from different point to point, you know. They were all tracking me, you know. Yeah, they tracked me right up until I get to, what do you call it? Dangriga.
I think you had she said you had to overnight in Dangriga.
Yeah, I had to overnight there. Yeah. So it wasn't, you know, it was good.
Yeah.
Because the gentleman who picked me up was a guy they call Big Ted. So Ted picked me up and took me to the hotel along with the president of the Garifuna. Yeah, so that was lovely. Spend the night there, and then I came over Saturday to the event where you guys were at Cerro Hill. Yeah, I really like that place. I really like the place, man. The only thing is that they need to fix the road up there.
Yeah.
But it's a nice place, nice. You know, when driving through from Dangria to Cerro Hill, I see all the Mayas village and all of that, you know. And it was like, wow, these people live way off the road. And you see the different houses. Every house have a upstairs. You know, and I was told, no, they have to elevate it in order to prevent flooding in case of heavy rain. And then the roof, some of them roof there. Those are what you call those roofs? The one with the straw on it. Tattoo? Eh?
Like that.
Yeah. Tattoo. There it is I'm talking about. Roof like those.
That's the lady that makes soap. There's a lady that makes soap here.
Yeah?
Right there, right there.
Wow. I mean, these are things I love, man. You know.
But despite the challenges, you are here.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You are here.
I'm a journeyman. You know. I'm a traveler. I'm a traveler. So I developed that from I was a young kid, going to summer camps. You know, we had to do walking like on roads like this, miles and miles to cover it. I never do it when I was a cadet because I never spent much time being a cadet, but I do it when I was an altar server.
Okay.
Yeah.
You talk about altar server. Yeah. I am the person in charge of, because I am a lay minister.
Yeah.
I'm in charge of recruiting altar servers.
From
my town, Punta Gorda.
Oh, Punta. You're from Punta Gorda. Okay.
So every so often I go into the schools
and recruit them. Yeah.
Recruit them because at the end of the school year, some go to high school.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have to
And when them get big and old and go off, you know, some of them never come back. A few do, yeah. Because in my church, in Jamaica, St. Anne's Catholic Church, we did it right up until some of us were 35 years old. Yeah, but most of us, we didn't, you know, serve that much unless it's a big mass, like the Archbishop is coming, or it's a special communion, confirmation, or Easter Sunday. You know, so they used to say we were special, you know, with the special occasions. This is the principal house?
Yeah, this is the principal house.
I'm not far from the school, walking distance.
Oh, yes, Mr. Marin.
Oh, yeah, bro.
You exercise like in the videos.
I tell you.
Hi, how you doing, man? I see you playing soccer. You love soccer? Yeah, all right. Continue playing. One day I'm going to be watching you. Yeah. Yeah, right. You're on camera. You're live. That's the principal. It's a principal. Them come for you.
Yeah. In June.
That's the principal of primary school, Mr. Rodriguez.
Sorry for take you out. Is it on still?
Yeah. You just,
Don't mean I see the blue light.
no, it's on. See, you're connected.
Okay, the green light.
Yeah.
We finance for 4 years through community projects, but school is one of our primary areas that we work with. Focus on. It's a primary school. That's one of our major focus areas. Education, access to water, but if you want to move to the right to the Belize.
Well, at least that's
These are
good from a start. Yeah. I have to check out so that I so I see it. I even have my spray back. So I can say I could wait my time. Yes. Yeah. How long after it comes?
Thank all of you sending shout out to us. I can't text back now, but I can reply audio. So thank you all for participating. Thank you all for wishing us happy anniversary as well. Yes, you know. You don't know how happy I am to be here. I'm really, really, really overjoyed because I'm seeing this firsthand. You know, I spoke with many of these people on podcast events that we have with them. And now meeting some of them in the flesh is unbelievable. It's not like, you know, anything here is fake. Everything is real. And this is a natural mystic happening right now. And you're seeing it live and direct. Because that's how we used to do the podcast in the beginning. We started it live. I like a man live connection. You know, sometimes the feed wasn't that good, but eventually I prep it up. And that was during the pandemic as well, until eventually it get good. I would host it in Miami. Flavius, Max Wanit, Francine, Courtney, and myself would be all over the place. Max Wanit, Courtney and myself in the US, Francine, and Flavius in Jamaica. And we would gel like that for 5 days a week until we drop it to 3 days. And now it's only been done recorded and posted under the guidance of Flavius right now and his co-host with him, Courtney. I like live filming, things like this I really love because you're seeing the actual, we call it the true essence of the people. And as a friend of mine said to me the other day, he said, Franco, your podcast not going to get the credit or the dues that it deserves because people don't watch things like this. And I say, you know what? I'm not doing it for people who want to see gossip. I'm doing it for people who are conscious because we as a people have to be more conscious. We have to rewrite and write our own stories.
Is that also by the where Andy grew up?
Yeah, sure.
We'll stop there a little bit.
Sure. The journey is what it is, Yeah.
Yes.
The journey continues, never ends. So you're a senator.
Yes, I'm a senator.
A senator in the Belize Parliament.
Yes, sir.
Wow, that is good. And also you're a Garifuna.
Yes, I'm a Garifuna.
Wow.
And a teacher.
And a teacher as well at the primary school.
High school.
At high school. Okay.
Yeah, I teach at a Corazon Creek Technical High School, which is predominantly Kekchimaya. It's an indigenous.
Oh, indigenous. Okay. Wow.
I teach history.
History.
Studies.
That's good.
That's my area.
That is good. Yeah, that is good. And Andy was your uncle?
Yeah, he's my
Wow. I heard about him all the time.
Yes.
But I never for 1 minute thought I was going to his graveside.
Oh, really?
No. But I keep here. Cause I remember when we call her Queen Lubafu, the ambassador, when she used to talk about him on our podcast, and she would emphasize who he was, and I never figured that he was right there. Like one day I would be able to see, see his graveside, But I'm telling you, it's remarkable. Yeah, it's remarkable, cause I said.
We need to highlight him more.
Yeah.
We need to highlight him more.
Because I never figured it was possible to do a live stream here.
Oh, yes.
Because based on the internet, I was saying, I have to be indoors to get strong internet. But Rodney was so gracious enough to bring Wi-Fi. I forgot to get a Wi-Fi like this, Randy, and walk with it myself. Eh?
Long time.
Yes, Randy set it up for me.
Yeah.
So to make it possible.
These can work in those communities. Can it work like between Midway and Santa Ana or San Felipe?
Yeah.
Serious? Okay, well I need to get one for traveling because sometimes I have work.
Yeah, man. 'Cause I forget one to Randy. You have to tell me to forget one.
Use your chip, your phone chip.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then once you do it, rock it down for make you
I'll have to stop here a bit.
Okay.
This was the community pump. When I was a child, and we used to come here for summers, all the children were asked to come and get water.
Water right
At
here.
that time it was a well, then they changed it to a pump. And children from all the households came here to get water.
Yeah.
And this was where we socialized.
Yeah, because everybody meet up to get water.
Everybody come here to get this.
That's good, man.
I believe so, I guess
It goodly seize up.
Not if you don't seize up yet.
It seize up, man. Yeah. Or it dry out.
It dry out or something.
But that's an old water well.
Yes. Now people have potable water.
Yeah.
But it is still there as a monument for us.
Yeah. They should put a fence or one of them little gated thing around it. keep it clean.
Definitely.
You know, that's part of the history, man.
This is the village shop, one of the village shops.
Yeah? What do you mean village shop? What they sell down there?
Groceries, basic
Oh, grocery,
groceries for
okay.
the village.
Oh, okay.
I think they have coconut water. That's what I want, some coconut water.
We could have gotten it from yesterday.
From yesterday, yeah.
Yeah, we know for next time.
This is one of the biggest houses I've seen so far.
Yeah, this one and there's another one up the road.
Yeah? I can see it's not a Garifuna on it, right?
Yes, it's a Garifuna.
Don't even have the colors. If they don't have the Garifuna colors on it. I like it though. I love it. I know most of the houses everybody go up. You know, but them started a foundation from down before. You know, I love it. I love it.
Over here on this side, this up and downstairs building.
Yeah.
Is a guest house.
Is a guest house? Uh-huh.
People who would come and they don't have anywhere to stay, this is where they come.
Oh.
They can stay here. It's the Ocean View guest house.
Splendid. So
you can turn here to come to my grandmother's area.
Okay.
This is where Andy grew up.
So when you go in the Senate, you got to let them know that your community in dire need of the road development.
Definitely.
That plan must be tabled, voted on, and passed. You know, this is where your grandmother.
Yeah, this is where my grandmother lived.
Oh,
this
wow.
is where Andy grew up.
Yeah.
Right. My grandmother.
It still have light on it. It still have light in it because the light meter is there.
Yes, yes.
What?
Is it on? Yeah, it's still there.
Who occupy it now?
Nobody at the moment.
Okay.
No one at the moment.
But the land belongs to
Yes.
the family. Okay.
Yes, it's a family land.
Okay. That's good. And this piece too? This over here too?
Right over here after this coconut tree, right at this coconut tree going down is the end.
Sorry. Oh, okay.
What's this?
Yeah, this is
where Andy grew up.
Oh.
His grandmother's house.
Oh.
His mother's house.
Oh, his mother's.
Your grandmother.
Your grandmother. Okay. Okay.
So this is where Grandma Yofa lived. Yeah, Andy Palacio grew up here.
I need to get some shade.
It's getting very rare.
Yeah. The sun here killer, man. People, I'm telling you, Belize is a lovely country. Look at the coastal line. This is a coastal country. Yeah. The fishing here is wonderful. I saw some fishermen Friday and yesterday. I also had fish for lunch. And let me tell you, man, fresh fish, nice, out of this world. And these people, they take pride in their fishing. Yeah, they take pride in their fishing. And I can tell you that it's a, what do you call it now? It's very fertile ground. The stony part there that I've seen is mostly the road. But in the deep part of the ground, nice, fluffy, soft dirt. It's
The beach is also deep.
yeah, the beach. Yeah. I saw it. Thank you. One of the things also is that the dirt is very soft, and when it rains, you got to be careful. It's like them that say Mississippi dirt, where if you drive a vehicle, you will get stuck. Okay, you're going to get stuck in it because it just wash away the dirt line, and if you don't know if you drive, you will end up into a hole. but it's very soft ground, except for what I said, where I'm walking at. You know, you can see it, the white marl on the ground. But other than that, it's fertile ground.
And the cheerleaders and the chairman. Kids.
Chair, too much energy. Chair, do you still have that?
Okay. The one who went to run the lab is not
I like that. That's a part of the plan.
That's the ocean view guest house the senator was telling me about. Rangona. You have a little bar here?
Pardon?
You have a shop here?
Bar, depending on what
She was the cheerleader.
Yeah? What do you have here to drink? You have
Salt and water.
Water, you got the Belikin?
Yes, I have Belikin.
Yeah?
You want one?
Yeah, yeah.
Get one for me and for him. You want one too?
I just want a Coke, if that would be okay.
You got Coke too?
Yes.
Yeah, get one Coke for the lady and one beer without no hair for me.
I hadn't had the chance to meet you.
beer.
I am Adele.
You want a
Frank,
Frank.
stout?
Yes.
That's a black,
Yeah, that, a cold one.
You're doing
But,
a good
you-
job.
Yeah.
I mean the stout is
Yeah, the stout, yeah.
stout, one stout, my friend, and one
You're doing
one
a good
white
job.
wine.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very passionate about it.
Okay.
It started in 2020.
2020.
Yeah, during the pandemic.
Not close around because it's
That's how we were contacted with the ambassador through Mr. Alvin Curling. And then from there on, we just build a relationship. Shall we
we are having
see
here right now because
my co-host, Flavius.
How much it will be, my friend?
I'm the first one she have seen from the two of us.
And
But we talk a lot.
So you are in
Sometimes-
Jamaica or here
No,
in Belize?
I live in Miami.
Oh, Miami.
Yeah, I live in Miami.
Okay.
Live in Miami.
or you want to take American $10?
And
It
you
doesn't
do
matter.
documentaries?
It's still legal tender.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is so good, Teresa. Oh, my goodness.
Where is where they are? Where the motivation is at.
She opened the red one.
Yeah, kind of hard to get rid of this one. We have to give this back to
Let
American.
the journey continue.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mom.
You got a leaf here.
Let the
Oh,
journey
you know.
continue.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I haven't seen
Back to
those in a
America,
while.
make it
Bottle soda. I mean Coke.
Coke, yes. It's
Yeah,
almost
well,
plastic now.
You got 5 days?
That's five is no?
That's it.
Okay.
So do you do biographies?
Yeah?
That one day you have to
Biographies,
give back to
documentaries?
somebody we're going.
No.
No.
Come
Yeah.
back, no, I
Just-
think
Just
no shop, no, I
podcasts.
I know something.
But I like to
happened
do
think.
it
You got what here? You got
live.
here for
Yeah,
it.
okay.
Oh,
instead
somebody-
of record it and then edit it.
I need to put a.
Take too
Somebody
much out
will
of it.
take it,
When are you
they make it-
leaving?
Make they carry it back.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay here until settlement day, the day after settlement
okay,
day.
okay.
Because I want to experience settlement day.
Okay, that's wonderful. I am doing a talk show.
When?
It's I already did 3 interviews in print Belize, but I am launching my own podcast. You know?
Where?
In the house there in Seafront, by Seafront Inn, by MPG.
Oh, you're in PG. Oh, you live at that house that we came this morning? Oh. You know, I thought you were from
San Pedro?
No, that's not, yeah. Because
I'm originally from
they keep
there.
mentioning San Pedro,
Yes,
you know?
yes, I'm originally from there, but I've been here 2 years now.
2 years. Oh, in
Toledo.
in Toledo. Yes, yeah, named Toledo. What is this area?
This is Toledo, but Barranco. And
Okay.
that's PG, Punta Gorda, where we were.
So you're in Punta now?
Yes.
PG, okay.
Yes. And then, so it's about, the talk show is really beautiful. It's bringing true stories of people and incredible stories. And then we have I am the host, and I will interview with them. We have something in common, so we are sharing our lives together, our stories, and then we have consultants invited, so we can make awareness, educate, and build solutions. And
That's
then
good.
We will do the programs.
That's good.
So it's not just exposing a story. It's really working on an individual.
Well, so you just got featured here.
Social,
Yeah.
human, economic, and environment. So it's supporting communities and then implementing programs to their need or desire. So it's designed,
And it's for everybody, women and men?
Yes, it's for children.
Yeah, because I remember you were talking to somebody and you were mentioning about like a youth program or something that you're doing or you're going to do. Okay.
But everything started when I started with single moms. So when you target the single moms,
Yeah.
you get the children, you get the youth. You get
Everybody has to be included, yeah.
Because they have
The single men still have relationship, yes. The women still have relationship.
They are involved in schools, they are involved in church, they are involved in community. So when you target the woman, you have everything.
And you're right beside the St. Peter Claver Church. That's where you're at, right?
No. It's more up.
More up. Okay.
Yes, where the sign is.
Yeah. All right.
Yes. So the whole house is a showroom.
So you're going to do it what? Recorded or live? I know, but are you going to do it live podcast or recorded?
Live.
Yeah. Live would be more authentic.
Yes.
So you can see it. Save you from the editing and thing like that, you know. And
of course, we will edit some of it.
And I would suggest you have all your podcast outlet platforms already, like from Apple, Spotify, or you're just gonna use YouTube.
Then
That's the one.
Censor and then you can
So you have YouTube channel set up already? Set up the YouTube channel so I can subscribe to it before I leave, and then you can subscribe to mine. And then in that way I can share information with you, tell you what to do, how to do it as you go along. As you do it, maybe the first 2-3 shows, you might have some glitches there. Don't worry about it, because every mistake is a lesson, is a learning lesson. Yeah, and then as you go along, then you can decide how long you're going to make it before, if it's going to be for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, or an hour.
I want to do it like every month, and then I want to have a big one every 3 months to showcase products, local products and artists and musicians. So we are doing like a talk show and studio network. You are never alone. Talk show and studio network. So then we get members on the musicians and all that, and we promote it. We do marketing.
All right.
So we write their
You're welcome,
biographies and everything.
Okay.
And so it will become like advertising and opening opportunities.
I like it already. I'm going to catch up the crowd, okay? Thank you, Professor. Or Doctor. Since I've been here, the people are so friendly. Yeah. And they speak eloquently as well. Plus, you can see the truthfulness in all of them. Like in this community that I'm at now, It's a Garifuna community. And people are so knitted together. Not to mention the things that you can see around you. The buildings, the way things set up. The history is so rich. You know, when you look at the trees, I mean, this tree is like 2 trees in one. Look at it. I mean, everything here is historic. Coconut. How you doing, man? Good, good, good. Passing through, passing through. This is what, the Garifuna Temple and Museum. Where? Here? Further down?
And that's the cassava place.
Right over here.
Yeah.
They make cassava over there?
Yeah, but they're not making right now.
Okay. So the coconut girl, you don't have no more coconut? Yeah, but I want to drink one. I come to Belize, I have to drink a coke. Yeah, man, I have to drink one before I leave, man. Huh? All right, all right. It don't really matter. Let me have one, man.
Yeah, I'm going to get just wait over there.
Yeah.
I'm coming right now.
All right.
You need something right now?
Yeah, man, so as I was saying, the things here that you see, I mean, you look around, you might think, oh, these are some, you know, old houses and they're broken up and things like that. But these houses remind me of when I used to go country, St. Mary, Anata Bay. We used to go down there like Boxing Day. My grandmother, my aunt, my mom, my 2 uncles at the time, and all of us children used to go together. And it's houses like these we would sleep in at night. Not houses like these, houses like these. And that's the same way I would elevate from the, off of the ground because it was built near the seashore. There's the seashore all the way down there. But as I get older, that's when I appreciate houses like those. Because I remember the nights when we were sleeping on bed, who could hold on the bed, who could hold on the floor with blanket spread up and we'll sleep. And nobody complained. But when we have houses like these, people start complaining, you know. Nobody can sleep on floor no more because it's concrete floor and like we're too proud for sleep on floor. But me, I'm a traveler. I would sleep on any floor, any day, anytime, anybody floor. As long as it's comfortable, if me can get a nice blanket, sleeping bag, sponge, anything. Because you have to lay your head down on the ground and sleep. You don't necessarily mean bed. But if you have to sleep, you have to sleep. I thought that was a lizard. But anyway, you know, you see these things every day and you appreciate it more and realize that, you know, life our ancestors live and we brought up through it. We thought it was terrible for them, but at the same time they were paving the way for us so that we could come and build brick houses like these when they were living in wooden houses. I like to do things like this, you know, documented things like this, because our history is something that we pass on to the next generation, and it's not documented properly. The video documentation can only last for a certain time because it can get erased. Books can get burned, yes, but when it is written in books, it can spread the same way over the world. People can hide books. Video technology changes as we go along. Not every day you see the same video technology. Something else going to come better than YouTube, you know, one day. Because we never figure out Facebook. And remember back in the days when we used to have, what them call it, MySpace. MySpace get erased. So something when come and get out video technology one day. I mean, video going to be around, but a different video device. So whatever we have as a people, we must preserve it and pass it on to the next generation. Show them how it was made before. I remember the days when I used to make coconut oil with my grandmother. And she used to make sure she buy a crocus bag of coconut and she break them. Because every Thursday she start making coconut oil to go to market to sell. I have to help her grate a coconut. Not with, what she did, she purchased a gratering machine. A round thing with an angle on it, and the grater was wrapped around it, you know, staple it, was built onto it. And you spin it and grate the coconut. And you grate the coconut. Sometimes your finger get bruised, yes. But I never wait till my finger reach that close. I put the bump in my mouth and eat that. And then you would rotate it the opposite way if you scrape off the coconut. Use the coconut and scrape off the grater when you rotate it the opposite way. So that some of the coconut trash that gets stuck onto the roller fall off into the container. But it was during those times I start to realize how my grandmother, my grandaunt, Aunt Mama, my granduncle Joe, grandfather, Auntie Pearl, Auntie Gwen, my mother, my uncles, you know, Ezekiel and Babsy. We thought that they had a good life growing up, but I know it must have been hard for them because they grew up under that system that our grandmother was passing on to her grandchildren. You know, it's like life in the village. Dulcimina, that was a story where I used to see my aunt, my mom, and other people in the yard that we used to live, you know, glued to their radio just to listen life in Dulcimina. But radio was the thing back then. Television was just coming, you know. It was in black and white. You watch television until midnight. Midnight, TV channel turn off. One television channel you have, JBC. Now you have millions of channels. Millions of channels. And you can watch it on your phone, you can watch it on your computer, your tablets, anything. So you see the technology is advancing. But some of these houses that we're looking at, man, I'm telling you, they're strong. They might look dirty to you, but don't watch the outside. Some people keep the best inside. You know, the outside. Some people have the best outside, and when you go inside, it's garbage. Some people them outside look like garbage, and when you go inside, it's a palace. You know? As my mother, that's a 6 of one, half dozen of the other. You know, there are days I miss some of her quotations because she said some things that was really fascinating. You know, see me and come live with me are two different things. But the greatest of them all, what she always tell me, is the one that I make stuck with me until this day. Puss and dog now have the same luck. And I never forget that. What somebody can do and get away with it, I don't must do it and get away. I can get caught. So I know that I could be the puss, I could be the dog, because the puss and dog don't have the same look. Anyway, let me go inside, go see what these people doing. A little man a video me. What's up, little man? You're a video man too, huh? All right.
Irma and I were part of what is called the Women Association. And women and the families came from all over the country to meet one farm, plan, strategize, and support one another. Irma wear a lot of hats. Yeah? Yes. A lot. But Irma has been on this like me from time and Seriously. So I like women to schedule something. You know, she's in everything, like me. And she's all over the place, like me. But not so much now. But we used to travel all over the country, visiting each other's communities and learning about one another's communities and pledging to one another to support one another, right? So we had like a board, like an association. So you may need chicken and I may need juice. Then we had that exchange. So in Belize, I'm proud to say there are many initiatives and individuals like people and entities like people like Irma all over the country because of how we develop relationships. I think it's
Thank you, Miss Cynthia. Hello, everybody. So I'm glad that you are here in Barranco. So as Miss Cynthia said, I was all about with her from I wasn't living in Barranco for quite some time, maybe about 15 years, but from 1985, I came to Barranco and I'm still here. I'm from here to there to there. So, yeah, so I'm enjoying the work, struggling, working. I'm in the village slump right now. I'm president of the NBC Barranco branch. I got old already. I have 40 last week. I'm supposed to retire because right now I'm 73 years old, but still going, trying to be not very well, but still going strong, you know. Yeah, so giving the church, the catechists, whatever. So everything, I'm still trying to be there and help around in the village. So I tell them when I can't move around and they can't see, and maybe somebody will still hold me to move somewhere, but I still continue till I just can. So welcome you all to Barranco, so you'll see how far the work can
yeah? You? If I want to say anything, yes, please. Have you said anything? No. Took me to her cassava farm, like a farm.
Half an hour, only half an hour.
I pretend like I know to plant cassava, you know?
Yeah.
And at that time, she was working in the big city. One of these days, I will come back to Barranco and live and work my farm. There she is. Okay, Senator, where to next?
Okay, we're going to pass by Luba Ereba, but I believe it's closed, right, Mr.
Yes.
So we can at least see the place from the outside, and then from there we can start.
No, but she could open it.
Me can't leave yet, you know.
The ladies were cooking. They had the key. But we can check if maybe they just closed it.
Yes.
I called her, see if she could send somebody with
the key.
Yeah.
How many people, can we get like an overview of the facility? How many people employed there? What do you produce?
At the cassava place?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just right now, we barely work cassava, we barely have cassava, but once in a while, I still try to bake, and I try and help teaching those young people to bake, but I don't know how interested they are to be like they are not. I can't say they are not interested, but I still try to keep teaching them.
You were saying, when you bake, because how many people,
I send the key.
how many women take part in the baking when you start?
Good question. I will tell you where I'm sick.
How many women take part when they start baking?
The whole community was there.
That's about a dozen people, more than that.
Yeah, but now, when we bake, probably only 3, 4, or maybe 3 or maybe 2.
So you have a machine that.
I have to understand that brand.
How much cassava bread you say now?
Well, me, the last baking I baked, that was, I think I baked last Wednesday, I baked 27 cassava only.
Bread.
But only that I could bake now. I used to bake.
3 women?
Yeah. Only me bake. I was the only one baking.
She's the only one left in the kitchen.
But we had help with peeling,
and washing and glittering, whatever.
You had help with the washing and
Yeah.
so you had 2 other women with you?
Yes.
So 27 bread in one day?
Yeah. Stop that woman thing, please, President. Stop that woman thing, please. I don't mean to be rude.
No, what I say?
I said that because
when I said
when they first began, everybody galvanized to it. That's the point. Bring out the way of life where we are, right? whoever person came to discuss this is for Richard. They came to discuss the project. There was no regard for the authenticity, Sophia, of culture of the cassava, right? There was a buzz. Everybody gravitated to that building. That's the point.
Togetherness.
Right? Not so much how much you make, how much you do, how much money, but it is the unification of people. That was very powerful. And what we want to hold on to, because that is Garifuna dual. That belongs in this museum here. Right? That's two sides to it. Once people see it as their own and whatever, the money part will sort itself out. It is getting along with each other. That is going to bring about the wealth. That is. That's all I observe at that time, right? Not just a cassava, we had a cassava conference, not just about money making and so on, but this unification that we are having right here in Mount right? And that way, all things are possible. We are seeing it at church the other day, right? But no, seriously, the convention.
She's interested in the baking practice. She's not in the
I believe so. I'm practicing.
She said, I will be there, and I will be at the cassava. Here she is. Yes.
Because I think that's we were having a discussion while we were walking earlier around the about the strategic plan for the community, right? Or for the Garifuna communities. One of the points that we were looking at is if we could create or provide greater support for cassava production and the others activities that comes from that, whether it's producing bread or whatever, right? Then that could be within the same spirit of the cassava conference, using cassava to transform these communities, right?
Yes.
So I think that could be an approach. So we're not begging, but if you allow us to be able to provide adequate lands, allow us amidst the challenges of climate change, for example, to have proper technology, water harvesting, for example, and have cassava consistently, that we could also export some of our produce, then that could be the transformer of our economies. So with that, I was thinking of using the factory here as a model, it's a small space. If you could look at what are the issues, why people are not participating, how could we provide capacity building, that the culture of the cassava bread and so on continues in the community, then that in my mind is a lovely project idea using Barranco as a model. We already have, and we could look at how do we expand this, maybe 2 times, 3 times, but I'm thinking of all, because when I came up with the meet earlier today, I was blown away by the fact there is actually a factory in the community, but to hear now, so much issue. But however, there is still an opportunity for us to look at, can we engage donors? We need to first find out what is the problem.
That's right.
Right, that's the main thing. The most important thing is find out what the problem is. And if we could find that out and develop a concept that we want 30,000, 50,000 US dollars to do training, to retrofit the facility. We don't have enough, we need a bigger oven. You understand? We want to have training for more people in the community. We want to have proper branding, that you can have the Barranco bread or whatever. So I'm saying if we could sit down, the chairman is speaking, right? If we could sit down with that idea, because remember, Cynthia's point still stick with me earlier today, that we're not begging, right? Because we can do our own thing as a community, but if we get the right support, we could do everything else. You understand? So I think we could look at that as an idea, and then donors will love it, because there are a lot of benefits of planting cassava as opposed to other forms of crops, and the health benefits are significant, right? So,
Cassava is the most efficient converter of sunlight into calories of any plant.
So that is my point. We can have another discussion on the chairman, maybe online, as to how can we really provide. I'm willing to assist in the proposal writing, right? But I think that we have a very good starting point.
That's the current development bank participating.
Like I said, because that was the initial plan for the women in the community to become more self-sustainable and to let cassava become an industry in the community. Right. However, what we have realized is that land space, when it comes to land, we need a particular land area where women can, as a cooperative, can go and do their planting. And also getting the support as in terms of irrigation processes and different equipment that can be used at the farm. Men are basically busy. Women nowadays can do what men are doing, and so we're trying to push that effort that, you know, with mechanics, we can also do it. Even though these things are there, we still need men at the end of the day to assist us.
I can stay.
Charles stole Maroon watching.
But I think that's great. Great meaning is great because you actually understand exactly what the issues are, right?
Yes. Right.
And then in the development space, there is a big push to increase women in agriculture, right? And it's very marketable, right? We have this group, this Mayan group again in Belize that we provide, where we have this grant called the Creative Industries Fund that focuses just on women. So just stepping back a bit. So even what you do here with your Garifuna garments and so on, that women, that again is something we could market. This is a group called, I think, what's the name of the group? But they do Mayan attire and we finance that. Satin. Right. And we do that. But I'm saying for Garifuna as well, we have this each year. We provide that Creative Industries Fund, allow you to do marketing and visibility. We're having a national regional NGO conference in Jamaica next year, February 24 to 27, and I'm inviting the chairman. We'll try to bring him to Jamaica. But I'm thinking even then, if we maybe could take some of the Mayan attire and we allow him to have a clear. So the point I'm making is that we finance those things. And then the thing is that women in agriculture is a very, very big thing. So with your cassava production, with what you do here in this particular outlay, there are monies out there. And then my last point for the day is that there was a thought that was raised earlier when we were giving a prayer of respect to about capacity. I think the only issue we are really faced with is just the capacity. There's nothing else. We are knowledgeable, we are culturally aware, there is high level of passion and enthusiasm. But the capacity for two things, and I think you were talking about it earlier when we spoke, to know who the donors are and to write a grant proposal. But there's so much money. The Battle of the Drums, I was talking to, what's the other guy name? Rodney in the car this morning. The Battle of the Drums, the world is struggling with climate change as the biggest issue. And what I saw last night at the Battle of the Drums is an opportunity that we could potentially have climate change messaging using the drums. You understand? So the point I'm making is that if you create scenarios where you use your own culture to articulate these messages, it's just beautiful, and you could get, there's no one else in the world who is talking about climate change and disaster management using drums. And there's nobody else in the world who can do it better than the Garifuna people. You understand? So for me, again, that's another great idea that we could do. We could get financing For these activities, there's a small grant that I love to promote all the time from the Caribbean Catastrophe Risk Insurance Facility, CRIF. They beg us to apply each year. It's a small money, $25,000 US, but I can guarantee you, if we could sit down tomorrow at some point, Cynthia, with even the organizers of the Battle of the Drum, we could almost have them draft a concept that can be submitted to CRIF for funding for Battle of the Drums next year. Very, very easy. Almost a questionnaire.
They already did the work.
So the point I'm making is that there's so much we could do, but let it not just be conversation, but hold us accountable to at least have, when we go back, at least 2 things that we could have. So when you look at a few months, we could say at least these 3 things were achieved out of this conversation.
I need Pingan.
Sorry.
And I need President, because we had serious deliberations in the past 2 days, and we had business people with us, including the Belize Bank and other umbrella trade, right? And we want to thank them for that. And I want to present Southern Diaspora Research Center, because we are calling to account the people who live outside of this country, because the way how our people are, we're all over the world. And although we are here in Barranco, this is not just about Barranco. Barranco needs our love, our support, our endorsement, and that's why the United Maroons, indigenous people are here, not just look pretty and they do, but really, really to support us. That's why Jeff and Dawn are here, because we are developing strategies. So in making your proposal, we give permission that this is occurring through this conversation, which was not an event, but it's a journey. We met Richardo, Pingan, Jeff, and Don in Trinidad last year. And here we are now in Belize. So it's a process, it's a journey, right? So as we put the proposal together, I am asking that it be put in that context, that this is a model to be used for others. So the cassava producers who were at that gathering, President, remember Pingan, where we pledged to form a working group. It's not an exclusive group. Beautiful Deputy Mayor to be. Past Deputy Mayor. To be again the mayor. The mayor. Clearing like Senator, right? Is gathering and continuing the conversation with Charlotte to invite you to listen to other leaders, because Garifuna door is for all of us. Yes. Right? Anywhere you go, whether you're Garifuna or not, the 2 people who were, the 2 people who we saw, what is the one who do the 2 who died long? Judy Long, right? Was not from Barranco, but she lived in Barranco.
She's still here.
Yeah. Well, I wish you could see her. Yeah. And then the other one who just passed away. Listen to this carefully. He was weaving Garifuna craft. Imagine that. He was the one, not me, right? But that means that we have a lot of homework to do as well. Now, we put the project, or whatever we discussed, in the context of everybody. Right? In the context of the cassava producers. You wrote them down, right? Right? We have it down. We have a list of producers and entities that we are having a conversation on a working group that will translate into action and costing. Because it's not that we don't have land, you know. We have a lot of land. It's what we do with the land. We have 1,000 acres, we only use 50. Alright, so we can go down the line like that. So I suggest that we really get a systematic strategy. In fact, I did the strategic planning meeting long before the strategic planning. Seriously. So we want to talk the church. I'm not bashing the church. Church has a lot of land. Serious, right? That's right, so we are going to work it. That's fine.
Explain.
So, and Dr. Torres, I need to hear from you in terms of your experience with this land story and
Before he starts, I want to say that just visiting and visiting. I just live here now 1 year, 8 months, right, after retirement. But I was visiting every year for 2 weeks. And I went with one of my cousins, Ignacia Reyes, to her farm. She had a lot of cassava, a lot. And then one day, we were in Punta Gorda, and she was going to the supermarket to buy cassava bread.
Oh!
I said, cause you should be the one selling the cassava bread to these people. So we talk about it, we pen and paper, and I was showing her, if you hire this much and they get this much, this is what we can do. After 1 time, 2 times, you might be doing this maybe 4 times for the week, because we will be pushing sales. So I said, Barranco could be the very place for a cassava bread factory. And that's my vision. So I'm waiting to see it come alive. At my farm, I plant cassava, but before I could get to it, the parasites did get there before. The picarian, they dig it out.
Yeah, and as what Miss Joan is saying, I think that's another critical area, because I was also growing, and by the time I realized it, I was like, we ate the leaves. I got discouraged. They eat the planted leaves.
Yeah.
And then when it was time now to harvest, all I harvested were sticks.
Yes.
Because the agouti and all these different animals dig out everything.
Yeah.
So that's another area of interest or importance.
Yeah.
How do we get rid of these animals?
So we live with them, that's the link. Sister will tell us. Living with the animals.
So that's all.
Are they edible? Want to keep them away. They can be eaten. Eh? Know what I mean?
We have meat with the cassava?
Yeah. They say eat them with the cassava.
Eat them, they're unseasoned. They're edible.
Oh my God.
Anybody want the picarian? How we get a gun for the picarian?
That's good wild meat.
You see,
agouti, that's all they eat, because they eat in your cassava. Exactly. You eat them first before they get to the cassava.
You have to live on the farm.
Let me give credit to our people in Guyana, because this is an international cassava conference festival.
Yes.
They wrote the white paper, which we're going to share and develop with everybody. I didn't write it. We had discussions like this, and we put it down on paper, right? They wanted to be here with us. And we first talked about it when we were meeting in Atlanta, Georgia. When we realized that, when I introduced myself as a Garifuna and the people of the cassava, the women on the panel, like, they get petrified here now, because they were saying that everybody, many people around the world eat cassava. So we, the people of the cassava, the Garifuna, can lead in the world in connecting people who are doing the cassava, right? And they have different ways in which to address it. So, Mr. Blue Shirt, it would be useful if we could have an opportunity to connect with our people around the Caribbean, at least, Bingham.
Yes, I'm here.
Where we can identify our people who are producing cassava in the region.
Oh, wow.
And we can go around to CARICOM. The president of CARICOM is from Belize. Hello.
That's right.
I'm the Secretary General. And that is a proposal we can submit. Dr. Hilary Beckles, who is Chancellor and Big Title of the Caribbean, can be asked to be a part of this process, Mr. Richardo, we would like to have a delegation of our leaders go to Barbados and have a sit down with you. And at some point in time, they will come here, but we want to go there too. We want to go to Barbados as well, right? And instead of going to your places to dance and to sing and whatever else and come back, we would like to sit at the table with your governor, whatever his name is, governor or president, and really let him feel our heart. It's not that we don't trust you, you know, but we feel that hearing from us directly in the context of this regional body, the body of like United Maroons and indigenous people. We have brothers and sisters who could come here, and if that would be facilitated by people like you, that would be awesome. So when you have the meetings and the discussion, we want to be there too, you know? I mean, not that we don't like you, but it would be nice if some of our people from Jamaica and the Caribbean could come to Belize. They will get a different perspective. I'm sure that you have got a different perspective than just reading it in a book or having one or two of us go to Barbados and so on. And we're thankful that you have an indigenous unit in the Caribbean Development Bank, headed by a Garifuna Greg unit, right? So we need to put fire under Greg's foot. We're not criticizing him, but we want to claim him as one of ours, right? So we want to Barbados, we want to Guyana. No, but there are people there producing, there are indigenous people producing cassava. So we have a network. Why can't we not have a network of cassava producers and learn from each other, right? That they have had experience in the different Caribbean countries that we could learn from. From Jamaica, they make something called bami, right?
Bami,
right?
yeah.
We call it morote or something, you know? So we can, you know, have an exchange. And we go there and everybody knows what we don't mind to come, but we want to come too. Go ahead, sir.
Okay.
After 2 words.
Good afternoon, I guess. Afternoon. Well, and I'm very privileged to be here. Been invited, my sister invited me to come along and to be present at the festival of the cassava. I want to tell you that cassava is good, you know, but we need to have a diversity of plants in our farm, because if this thing go bad, we got other things that will support you. So I am encouraging people not to plant only but cassava, plant fruit trees and other plants that could produce food. I love to see flowers, but flowers don't get me my pen full. So, but I encourage everyone to make a plant, but a diverse plant. So in case because like climate is affecting plants, and it might not affect every plant, but it will certain plant might get some kind of insect, and you might not get a good product. But by having a group of plant, different species, I mean, it's just like us, you know, different people, but with different. But we got different immune system, you know, some might get sick and some are don't get sick. Same with plants. So my aim is to plant, and I plant cassava too, but this one I didn't have it. It's a golden cassava I just got. I'm looking for that. I had this one in my farm a few years ago, but we had a big flood that covered my farm for 2 weeks. So almost everything died. So I didn't get help from no one. I didn't went to the government. I just, by the grace of God, I come up back again, and now I got my farm with many species of plants. I got cacao, I got sugarcane, I got coconut, I got cocoyam, I got cassava, plantain, sweet potatoes, many spices that are used for food. My friend could tell you what more or less how my farm looks. So I got a whole market there. So I'm encouraging people not to only plant cassava. I love cassava, but we need to plant other trees too. So.
Dr. Torres has been working at the El Pilar Reserve for 40 years. And his farm is a model for schools. We have a program with the Museum of Belize where we, under the Ministry of Education program, the plans, we have a curriculum, we use the school system, and people like him are lecturers and professors. We call them first gardeners. And so we're asking for Garifuna first gardeners. You're doing it already, so you need the title that we give ourselves, right? So that we are not left out. And so now we are developing a program with the high school, along with the archaeology, well, I'm the co-director, they say. But then we have a curriculum which we are building with the teachers, that the plants, the knowledge of the plants and the medicine could be taught to the children, right? At the high school level. We've been doing it before at the primary school level. And you see that young lady required in the camera there? She's my daughter-in-law, Lisani. She worked along with some of the researchers that came to document the different gardens and so on, right? So we can also do that for Garifuna. We are MIA in all of this. And so it can be something that could be put in the school system with the principal and all of that, right? So that's one of the things that we can and will do. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's a point, sorry, we discussed earlier, seeing how we were walking, sitting on the tree with chairman. That is around, there are different examples in Belize of indigenous communities, Garifuna or Mayan, would have done well in particular areas. So we're discussing like management of parks, as we're terming parks, right? Or starting production in terms of, or cassava production, production market. So I think that we're taking up, and I also noted for our local adaptation program that will be rolled out in 5 countries, that for Belize, we could potentially develop a document on the best practices, indigenous best practices, right? So I think if we could do that along these other areas, climate change or community scope within climate change, primary education. Cynthia gave a great example earlier of how children were included in the planning process around school. So I think for that, I think a big part of what we need to do is knowledge management. So we're not at ground zero, but if other groups know what is being done or what was done in other areas, that can be replicated. And that document, I believe, will be something that we're quite committed to taking on under our local adaptation project.
I'm trying to question. A 2 years ago, one of the universities from California, Santa Cruz, was having a meeting for Census St. Mike, you know. And when I went, when they were planning the meeting, and I asked one person from St. Mike to come, not thinking that there would have been a whole lot of people from St. Mike there. There weren't any people in that meeting. So I said to the people who are organizing the meeting, how are you having a conversation about restoring the coast without the people who live on the coast? So one of the things for Barranco could be that, right? Looking at coastal management and deciding what you want so that all these different people doing these different projects could account to you what it is they're doing in your community, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
A group was established by Mr. Evan, Darius, and our Barranco people now. They just launched a project on Beaches Road, they're doing a study on that.
Yes.
So in the next coming weeks, I think it's
Let me step out a minute. I'm going to see if I find this coconut, man. Guys, I'm getting a bit thirsty, but you see what's going on in there. You know, discussion on the cassava. I show you some stuff, artifacts, herbs, fisherman basket, even the same cassava equipment that they use to make cassava and things like that. Whole lot of stuff. So it's one big turning point. All right. Rasta man, you get the coconut? Eh? All right, we're going to there for a couple more minutes, yeah? All right. Yeah, man, so, I mean, that's a museum that we're inside right now, and the things, the artifacts that you see inside, the Garifuna garments, there's a section there that really fascinates me, and that's the section with the herbs. They have all type of different herbs for different pains, you know, different things that they can use them for. It's good to have it on video because I can go back to it later on. That's what it is right there.
And your elders and so on. So it's very important that we lead, right? And don't allow people to just come in and do things without invitation, right? They are coming in and doing a lot of projects. No offense to the researchers and so on. But you know, we are the ones. They follow us. No, we they follow them.
Just to say is, you know, we're just talking about really there's a name for it now. We're talking about incorporating indigenous knowledge. We've touched on not reinventing the wheel, right? There are best practices that are being done.
That's a jackass.
Hey, you know, I never said this.
We're thinking about solving this problem. What do your people know about potential solutions? And then collecting that and finding a way to use that. And you know, the indigenous communities in that way get to share only what they feel comfortable sharing, but which may end up serving greater utility than spending a lot of time trying to build a solution that may already exist.
And this is something that does exist in the United States, but it took legislation to make it happen.
Chinese road, yeah.
It must be good for the blood. Oh, they have golden plum wine.
This is how we're going to do things. And until that's lifted, it stands and it continues.
But it was incorporated.
Oh.
See that back.
I see it.
Right. Was added to it, correct, right.
The orange peel.
And so it's going to take people like you to codify that process, to make them include, and it needs to be more than the other concepts.
That's the one that they group you as kids with.
That's great.
Yeah, but it's also good
Continuous, ongoing, robust.
Like coffee.
The seed.
Through the entire process, right? Not just prior to consent, right? And that's.
The coffee leaves that's Santa Maria. Oh, we say the Santa Maria. The Santa Maria. Coffee leaf. It's a big leaf that tastes good in tea. Then we have the ginger root.
To release stubborn cough. Like if it constantly a cough. Yeah.
We have to consult with ourselves and set the president. If people like yourselves can support, like we need to know like what is the legislation and what are the things. There need to be like a systematic inventory. And we don't know. You discover by the way, there's a blue bond, there's a blue economy, there's a charter, there's a CDP, there's a UN, you know? So that is where we can get some assistance with getting to know you, but we don't know. And once we are aware and have an inventory, we need, that's why Jeff and Donna here, because I think that studying the other people, other countries, other templates, other best practices outside of our own country is also very important.
It's not just US, Canada has similar ones, New Zealand, Australia, New Zealand, Maori, that's a huge one, right? So there are other models out there, we don't have to reinvent the wheel. You know, we can look at these other examples, some that work better than others, you know, for sure, but.
Time.
Right, 100%.
Alright, so we go over to Luba and then we start bringing to the house.
Good.
I hope I'm doing good.
Yeah, man, everything is good so far. It's good.
I've been watching this climate change affecting many plants, but having a diversity is
Yeah.
you will not be able
Yes. Over there is the Dabuyaba. We don't have to go there. But that's the Dabuyaba. I stayed for 6 months.
Oh, that's
the rundown thing.
Yeah.
That's where I stayed for 6 months, me and myself and the ancestors. So that's very important, you know, to have that quiet.
You guys ready? You can say Hudut.
Yeah. So the lady who manages this, so that the battle began to Darius and Tiff. Which are but now it's got me
Or in the communities.
This is the lady with the health. With
Okay.
the community. She works with outreach.
Oh, that's
with
good.
The children, with everything. Yes.
That's good. I saw her with her kids. The littlest one loved the video camera as well.
That's her son.
Yeah, I know.
Special,
Yeah, special kid. Yeah, but he loved the camera. He wants to do videography. Rastaman vibration, movements, movements. Huh? All right, we move go along the road, yeah, so. Yeah.
He would be the perfect person to tell the story about his disease, you know, and then we can.
Oh, the little boy?
The little boy.
Yeah.
He's so cute. And then we can bring awareness to you know, and get funding
Yeah.
to support those programs, you know.
Yeah, it's needed. It's needed. It's needed.
The program is called You're Never Alone, you know. Then we will expose it, and then we won't be alone in our battles and get solutions.
The hurt is, you know, is so. It's different from my homeland, you know. It's very soft, like it's really a green thumb soil. The soil, I mean to say, yeah, it's very soft here. This is the cassava factory. Wow. Yeah, I saw the lady making cassava yesterday. Where she would put it here and she'd spread it around and then she'd turn it over. Wow. Good evening. So you're the farm lady? Yeah. So it's been so far. I know, but you just mentioned about your cassava being, you know, being reared by.
The cassava plants, they grow real tall.
Yeah.
But man, by the time they reach at least 2-3 feet, they dig them out. When you go behind them, there's only holes.
Yeah.
You know, but I say thank God for the sticks.
So they love cassava, these animals. It couldn't be human taking it out as well.
The animal.
Oh, but they left the mark behind.
They have to dig those holes.
They're like squirrel because the squirrel do the same thing with fruits.
So what I do, I take the sticks and I replant.
Well, they're going to come up with a remedy. They said they're going to come up with a remedy. Yeah. But not to catch them, kill them, and eat them.
When was this?
2000, around COVID, around 2022.
Well, not built, but rebuilt, right?
Rebuilt.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
We got support from Taiwan.
Mhm.
And that is some support from Taiwan. We want a pitch. And that's how we started to fix up the place.
See, I mean, these are the baskets they use to sieve the cassava. You know, like when you put cornmeal and flour into your strainer and sieve it, they use that. The mortar container and the stick. I guess this is the big container that hold all the flour or the dough, whatever it is.
This is the is this the chocolate top or what?
The grinder.
And that's the
How big a
stove
piece can you put in there? How big
that
is
they
it?
use. One of the stove.
Alright. Okay, good afternoon everyone. I believe Sarah is still out. But basically, this is Luba River. This place was here before it was as is today. However, we were asked or were motivated to do a pitch for Beltrade, and we won the pitch for baking cassava bread, and hence some of that money was used to refurbish the Luba Ereba, which means, Luba Ereba means the cassava house. There are at least 10 women and 2 men that is part of the Luba Ereba. The chairman here is a member of Luba Ereba. We have prospective members like Ms. Joan, and also a member of Luba Ereba. And so the idea of Luba Ereba was to do cassava using more modern technology. And so you will notice here the grinder, this grinder here. We also want a grant from SGP. So these are some of the utensils that we had gotten from
Global Environmental
yes,
Facility.
UNDP. We also had this equipment with it, which is like a strainer, where the cassava is being strained, and then some metal tables, trying to keep up with the standards, the metal tables, the aluminum tables, and of course having the ovens, the Lorena ovens, not only Lorena, Lorena ovens being built. So we have 2 of them for making cassava bread, and our lead facilitator in making the cassava and teaching us how to make cassava, especially in the times of COVID, was Miss Irma Gonzalez. So she was our instructor at that time. And so Miss Irma continues to make cassava bread for her own purpose and produce. Her farms are not too far away out of, where you plant your cassava is not too far away. It's right a stone throw by the school. I think it's by the school, right? Yeah, so she, along with Miss Reyes, are the primary women in the community that still plants cassava. Miss Reyes is at least 1.5 miles out of the village, but Miss Irma plants it right near the village, right here on the outskirts of the village. And so one of the things, and I know it has come up, is that how do we get people to plant? One of the main issues is land. So
I was talking with Egbert a couple months ago, and I told him, I said, we need to find a way how we can plant cassava closer to the community, or in the community where animals are not going to be attacking our plants. And I told him, you know what, maybe we need to adopt a couple empty lots where we can use right around us here, where people, there are no more houses there, but it is property owned. We'll getting permission and requesting, can we use your land to plant cassava? We're not going to take your land, we just want to use it and have it occupied. You know, so those are some of the things that we have been thinking about in terms of trying to get cassava growing in our community. So, go ahead.
Just to add to that, the village council had a plan to go into planting cassava, but we're looking at mechanized cassava. So the council already applied to government for a lagging concession, and part of that area that we're going to lag, we're going to be cleaning out, because the soil is pretty good. So we will be cleaning that out and try to get it bulldozed and dredged and everything. So we could start with at least the 20 acres that we were talking about earlier. So that's one of the plans we have to. We were looking at about 50 acres to start with, but after talking with Mr. Egbert, when he mentioned the best we go 20, and I think it's only best that we go 20 and go 50, and then it's problem with stretch now. So definitely from our part, we're going to do our part by acquiring the land, planting the cassava. The council will be in charge of that. So we just need to sit down with the women's group and put something in plan for it to work.
Chairman, can we, so this is like a central space for meeting and so on, right? Not just this, but next door is the library, right?
Yeah, the
Next door is the library, and the community center is right there too. So how is it, what do we need to do the community center and the library? How is that?
So anyway, people, here comes the coconut, man. So I'm going to drink a coconut and then come back to you guys. That can give me some time for recharge, okay? So we're going to link up back. All right? Blessed love. And thank you all for staying on with me. Bless.